So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world. And welcome to another album review of the Shield Dude on a Couch. I'm your host, Hector. And today we're going to talk about the brand new album by the band Druidess. And it's called The Product of My Love. And this is a debut record. And I found out about this band because my friend Live Listening Erased did an album review on them. And he said in his review that they were a mixture of grunge and doom. And I'm like, that sounds interesting. And you know me, if you see my channel, you know I love me some 90s style music. So yeah, this is a band. There's not a whole lot of information on the internet about them, but I think they're somewhere from the United States. I don't know where. So this is an album that has 12 tracks, 49 minutes in length, and you can tell that they really love the 90s. I bet they had some cool parents that put some good music when they were in the car because, yeah, they would have sounded great in the 90s. And I know there's a resurgence of like this type of music, grunge style and more that has been getting popular again. And I'm all for it. So how can they stand out from other bands that do this? I think that something that makes them stand out, first of all, is that for this being a debut album, it is an extremely solid debut record. Super strong. I think I was like reading the lyrics for this album, and they have really good lyrics for a band that is that young. So they became like they had some hype because I think some of their videos of them, there's some shorts from them, and they did a show where they were playing I think the single Lavender under a bridge. So they did like an impromptu show under a bridge, which is pretty awesome to be. If I tell you I would totally go see a concert under a bridge somewhere if the music is this good. So yeah, the band they say that they have influence from grunge, but also like doomier bands. So when I was listening to this album, I heard influences from bands like Nirvana. I heard Typo Negative. I heard Helmet. I even heard a little bit of like Alice in Chains and other type of grunge bands, that Green River. There's so many great bands that could have influenced their sound. And this is an album that they have like shorter tracks, but they also have long tracks. And that's good because they can, do like punchier, like straight to the point tracks and more longer epics. So the album really starts really well with a song like Undyne, and you get that grungy riffish from the start. The vocals also sometimes have a little bit of influence of shoegaze to them in the delivery, or like some now they can call it grunge gaze. In this case, there's grunge, there's doom, and there's shoegaze. So all of that combined to make the sound of the band and the record. So to me, some standout tracks, obviously Lavender, which was a single and was released last year, is a very strong effort. The vocals here are more like shoegazy. It's very dreamlike. The music is very soothing, but it also gets that distortion. But it has that type of shoegaze distortion with the pedals that really sucks you in. It's a great single, and I like the way that the song flows. It can get more heavier at times, and they followed that track with another single that's called Vacancy, and that's more on the doomier side. So that's like an almost 6 minute track, so it takes time. It starts with a very slow doomy riff, and I like doom sometimes as well. But when it gets aggressive on this song, it really gets like aggressive and like distortion, and the vocals are in your face, and it takes time to get there, but when it gets there, it really feels like a punch in the face. Other tracks that I thought are really great, I think Rollback is a great like rocking track, more shorter track, and it's also one of the singles that they released. I like the distortion and feel of songs like Inertia, Amphetamine. I can hear more the Helmet vibes on that one. And Van Horn has a great bass to the start. Like the bass really opens that, and it's really earwormy. It stays in your face, in your ears, and in your mind. And then they go into some great riffing. Uh, I like the guitar riffing that they do. You know, there's some solos here and there on some of the songs. They're not afraid to let the songs breathe when it's like a longer track, but they're also not afraid of like shorter, more punchy tracks, like I just said. Uh, then you have songs like Lily of the Valley, which is a more longer track. It's more like stoner rock metal. Like think of Caius, for example, and you get like the sound of that track. Uh, that one's a really great track, and the vocals even sound like the way that it sounds almost like they're stoned. So I don't know if they were stoned or they were making it, but that's what it sounds like. Then you get more punchier tracks, the shorter tracks like Hit Me. And Hit Me is really also great chorus to that one. And they finished the album with a song called Brahmastra, which is like a 7-minute epic closer. And they mix grunge, doom, shoegaze, stoner, all on that track. And it has a great guitar solo in the middle of the track. So that's a great way to finish the album. I liked almost all this album. There's only one track that I had a problem with, and ironically, it's the same track that my friend Chili had a problem with. And that's the song I Don't Know. But what the problem that I had with that track is that it sounds too much the bass like the Come As You Are by Nirvana, but not as great. So it really put me off because it's almost a copy paste. The dun dun dun, only that they make like a slight difference. And I read somewhere, I think that they were influenced by that track, but I get it that you say that you're influenced, but it really sounds like the same bass. So that's the only nitpick that I have with this album, with that track. And sometimes I felt that some of the vocals sounded too muddy and I couldn't understand of some of the tracks with the distortions. But besides that, this is a very solid debut record. I've been listening to it for the last week and a half a lot. So I've really been enjoying it. So I think Druidess is a great band that, like really takes that 90s style of blends of different stuff and has a cohesive sound. I really enjoyed it, except the nitpicking that I'm saying. But I think it's an album that if you like the 90s music and all the bands that we've been discussing, you should listen to this album. It came out all the way, I think, in June or July. I'm not sure, but it's been out a few months now, and it's pretty cool. So I want to know from you, Cultures, what do you think of The Product of My Love by Druidess? Have you heard of this band? Have you seen the video of them playing songs like Under a Gig Under a Bridge? It's pretty cool. So check them out and comment down below. Let me know what you think of it. And of course, if you like the videos that I'm putting out, please subscribe and give me a like. That helps me with the YouTube, to get to more people and make this channel grow, people. So I really appreciate it if you comment and leave me a like. So until next time, Couchers, this is Hector, the Shield Dude on a Couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you and goodbye.